Hey everybody, it's David Dyer, and welcome to Idioms episode 38. I'm your host, and Idioms is my mini-cast. 5 minutes at the most. About the same time it takes to realize you left your kid at the grocery store. And as the name implies, I talk about idioms, those phrases we say in everyday conversation that seem completely out of place, yet you know exactly what they mean by the way they're being used. Good, so let's go. This is Idioms episode 38, and the idiom we're going to cover today is cut to the chase. You've heard it! So Liz Hurley and I are having high tea at the Drake in downtown Chicago during her little stopover in the States. And she keeps going on about the movies she's made, the men she's dated, and finally I'm like, cut to the chase. How do you keep your skin looking so young? Literal meaning, to cut your credit card with scissors all the way up to the word chase. Good idea for some of you. Contextual meaning, get to the point. Nobody cares. Move along. Stop dilly-dallying. Hurry the f*** up. So let's explore the origin. We'll start off with Quora.com, who puts forth a theory that appeals to the 1% of the 1%. They say the phrase comes from the upper crust of society in Great Britain who like to take part in fox hunting. For those of you who don't know, fox hunting involves a group of men, and some women, who've probably never had a callus on their hands, riding around in tights on horseback while a mob of trained foxhounds chase down fox and tear them to shreds like a scene from The Boys on Amazon Prime, much to the delight of the blue bloods participating. Well, these outings often start off with a gathering at a wealthy estate owner's property where a briefing takes place, accompanied by a finely catered table of refreshments. At some point, the hunters are overcome with excitement and decide to skip the formalities and proceed to the event they all came for. Let's cut to the chase, they cheer. I don't know about this one. Maybe, but rich people get enough credit for stuff. Let's search a little further. And all the farther we need to go is our good old buddies at phrases.org.uk, because they say the saying comes from the United States and most specifically, the magical world of movie making. They say the first evidence of it was from the very first talkie, a movie with sound, in 1927 called The Jazz Singer. It's a script direction from Joseph Patrick McAvoy's 1929 book, Hollywood Girl, that reads, Jennings escapes. Cut to the chase. That's a more direct use of the phrase, meaning to literally cut to the chase scene, because back then, most movies involved a bunch of romantic interludes and ended with a chase scene, just like most relationships today. But we start to see the formation of the saying in the way we use it now in the March 1944 edition of the Winnipeg Free Press that ran an article on screenwriting that read, Miss Helen Deutsch has another motto. When in doubt, cut to the chase, eh? In other words, when you think you're starting to bore people, get to the good stuff. Good rule for some of you to start living by. And in February 1947, we finally get a New Englander to start using the words in the irritated and impatient manner in which we all like to use it today. The Berkshire Evening Eagle ran an article about taxes that contained the line, let's cut to the chase, there will be no tax relief this year. I love this phrase so much because I may be one of the most impatient and restless people you'll ever meet. I don't like BS. I don't like it when people beat around the bush. An idiom. Give me the straight dope. Black and white. That's how I want it. And boy, am I not good at hiding it. My body language screams cut to the chase. Do you know how many times in the middle of a conversation someone looks at me and says, you have to go? I always politely say through gritted teeth, no, I'm fine. But if I were a truly honest person, I would say, yes, I do have to go. And you should have to go as well. All I asked for was a good place to buy fertilizer, and you've turned this little chat into a Christopher Nolan movie. Now cut to the goddamn chase and tell me how to get rid of my dandelions. Would you lose some friends with that approach? Maybe. Would your life be simpler, more streamlined, less cluttered? Definitely. So I guess the lesson is twofold. First, use this one sparingly so that you don't ruin any friendships that you truly value. And second, for those of you who are repeatedly long-winded, learn how to edit yourselves, and when you see me subconsciously rolling my eyes, you're losing me. So cut to the chase. So that's it. Episode 38 of Idioms is complete, and you can tell I'm impatient because my podcast is less than 5 minutes, and I still think they're too long. I'm your host, David Dyer. Thanks for listening. Check back for new episodes every Tuesday and Friday, but until then, I'll catch you on the flip side.